The Quicksilver, what you say, Dear Sister Synergy is being watched by Kabam. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Summoner Sigil will be getting a buff in the future, especially for those that are turning Paragon. The future of MCOC is discussed, and much more, like arena predictions. Yo, what up, Marvel tap swipey, mobile devicey peoples? How you doing? Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, post notifications on all that lovely stuff. And now, let's kick off the news. And that is that Gabe, if you don't know, is the creative director, art director of Contest of Champions and at Kabam, is saying that it's taking a month off starting Monday. So that would have started as of Monday this week. And it's his first real break since 2016. The past few years have been intense. I need to slow down and recalibrate. Read, write, draw, and work on personal stuff with no professional expectations. Just follow my nose and see where it leads. So that's good. It is very easy to burn out, especially with the extent of what Gabe has had to do with Marvel Realm of Champions, other games he's been attributed and kind of like associated with, and as well Marvel Contest of Champions, which requires a lot of story structure to it in order to take it in a futuristic, not futuristic, but kind of like a future direction. And if for whatever reason, if anything were to happen, Gabe has kind of like given us like so much. I hope he does. I hope this doesn't mean like he's thinking about leaving, because if you look at the month that was like, if this is the month that he kind of goes on, Gallon, Quicksilver, like that's huge. That's huge for the game, and it's definitely, yeah. I just hope that Gabe is able to come back, feel refreshed, and as well continue on great storytelling, and as well great character art and champion creation at the same time, and be a figurehead for this game. So yeah, hopefully a happy holiday, and we look forward to seeing you back. Will the Summoner Sigil get buffed is the next topic of discussion. So this forum thread kind of like started, and let's face it, look, here's the thing. In games, mobile gaming, non-mobile gaming, PC gaming, whatever gaming, there's going to be people that spend and people that don't spend. There's going to be things that allow you to progress your account forward, very much mobile game centric, with the microtransactions, or it's kind of like PC, and a lot of the time it's just skins or XP boosts or whatever it may be. But let's face it, regardless of a game or non-game, in life you're looking for value for money, whatever you're going to spend. And that's the biggest thing that a lot of Paragon players are bringing to the table right now, is they're looking at the state of the Sigil store, the Black Ice Market, what the Sigil has, the Test of Thronebreaker, all these kind of like Test of Paragon, whatever. They're looking to see value within the game. Now, here's the thing. There's always that fine line between going like, nah, well, it's a game, isn't it? Well, it's like a hobby. That's the thing. A lot of people sink a lot of money into hobbies that go nowhere. Well, not go nowhere, but that at least like there's nothing kind of like, maybe not something physical with it. Sometimes it's kind of like people spend money how they want to spend money. I think the point really is to get to on the subject. But as I said, people are looking for value for money, and especially when you've come to a new progression titleage, you want to see that you're getting something a little bit more spicy, because you could look at the store right now, which has recently got a buff, but you're kind of like going like, well, where's all the kind of like added extras here? Why is it so expensive technically for a person to pick up a 6-star Scarlet Witch if they don't have it as a Paragon player already? It's only now we're coming to a point of like Paragon players looking at this going like, well, it needs a bit more kind of like, a bit more spice to it in order to get like, part with the money, so to speak. But Kabam Mike last week did say, short answer, yes, we are working on it in answer to the improving the Black Ice Market and the Summoner Sigil. Long answer, yes. Long answer, yes, we are working on it, but I'm not quite sure what the timeline is right now. We've got some cool things coming to the contest this fall, Battlegrounds and more, so there could be some more content coming very, very soon. And we're looking at how we can align Paragon update with that. But I would personally like to see a smaller update earlier. So a smaller update which would kind of like look to, I don't know, increase a little bit of spice. Maybe add in some tier 6 basic fragments, tier 3 alpha fragments to those that are Paragon. That may be the kind of the way that Kabam go with this, but we'll have to see. Honest questions about the future of MCOC. Yes, honest questions about the future of MCOC. The reason that this thread is mentioned is that it's got some really cool responses from Kabam Mike on the subject. First of all, you know, this player says, what would you do? 7 stars come to the game. What do you think about the future of MCOC? To be honest, an extra starage at this point is just... It's not... It's kind of like... It's logical, but it's lazy. And that's just kind of like... I think it's coming to the point now. Because we haven't even got like rank 5, 6 stars. And I know Kabam would have liked to... I think when we had like 565s, we were or just before then, we were starting to see 6 stars for the very first time. And that seemed like a logical progression point. But yeah, the future is very kind of like iffy on a new type of champion rarity. And I think this is why Kabam are kind of like wanted to put in things like gearing type thing. Relics, 7 stars or what have you. It's no secret that there will always have to be the next thing for players to chase, but how we do that is what really matters. We learned from introduction to 6 stars that I don't think any of us, or all of you included, are eager to go through that again. That's true, because that means just more shard acquisition, and trying to do that's more difficult. It then will probably mean there's more of an extensive gap between those that are free to play and those that are spending, because man, the amount of shards that Kabam would give out for a new type of champion rarity or star rarity would be kind of like, yeah, a very kind of low amount. But it means that spending players would get there a lot quicker. So yeah, the end of MCOC, and we don't want to end the MCOC. No one wants to end that. I think a lot of people put too much investment into it. But yeah, like on the future of MCOC, it is still something that we're still... What was it? September 2021, I think, was when we were meant to have information on relics. And it's nearly a year now, and there's been no information on relics. Whether or not it's going to come in Act 8.1, don't know. I was expecting to see this week, maybe Friday, maybe the announcement of Act 8.1 and the rewards thereafter. But... you know, that's just wishful thinking, I think, on that path. Yeah, I really would like to kind of like find out what's happening in 8.1. Relics I'm sort of interested in, but I thought relics were meant to tie in more into battlegrounds as reward-based things. But again, we'll have to see how that particularly works. And as the game mode's not particularly live yet, and it's still in beta until they actually fix a lot of problems with it, we'll have to see what the future is with battlegrounds, with relics. And also with story mode content and how that factors into it. In any case, I'm sure Kabam have got years of kind of like ideas, things to come with the game. They just need to add in a new alliance-based mode for the time being. I think just to kind of like just smooth over a few cracks and start getting back the interest in some decent, meaningful content, rather than kind of being too copy-paste on the ideas from different modes and then bringing them into Alliance War. In any case, next story. Now on to this Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch synergy. If you've seen some of the content out yesterday, you'll know that Scarlet Witch packs a punch depending on what synergy you use with her. Like if you use the long shot and rogue, I think it's the crit rate building synergy, you can get some meaty amounts of damage. The same way that you could use the synergies that have Spider-Man 2099, Scarlet Witch Sigil, and a few others as well. You can see a spicy amount of damage for your trouble. But there is a bit of a problem with it. Look, the early access bundles for Quicksilver went out. I think they're still in the store at the moment. Where are they? Yeah, so you can get like a 5-star instant Quicksilver right now if you want to indeed kind of grab it. But there is a bit of a bone of contention with that particular synergy. It's doing bits. It's doing amazing amounts of damage. And because it's doing that, it does put a lot of red flag onto the situation of that particular synergy. And as well, like the thought process, do you think that Kabam are going to nerf it? The kind of concern with this as well is like from a spending perspective, you going out to kind of like go and spend on this. And as well, like I've seen more interested people wanting to get a Scarlet Witch, like Scarlet Witch Classic, and it's like, okay, like yes, but as well picking up Quicksilver. Quicksilver's a great champion in his own right, but this is the concern I have, especially when asked the question: is it possible to find out the fate of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch synergy can be determined before anyone else spends $50? Because again, this is the biggest problem. You spend, and you are at the mercy of Kabam of how they want to change champions out, and also the synergies that follow that. And Kabam Jax has responded to say the synergy is currently under a microscope. That's all we know at this time, but we'll let you know when we have more info. The biggest thing with this is like with the champion, like the 5-star version, which I had, and the thing is, I might do another kind of like updated speed run because maybe I didn't use the right synergy. There could be. I did 8 minutes 49, a Scarlet Witch Sigil with Suicide Masteries, and the synergy I used. 8 minutes 49, did a speed run through Winter Soldier right the way through to the end of that. Now, I didn't play extensively good, and also I may not be using the right synergy. But if I did, I may be able to kind of cut that time down. And also the applications. The question is the applications of that particular synergy in other areas of the game. It doesn't work in Abyss of Legends, it doesn't work in Labyrinth of Legends, but maybe it opens up something in other content, like whether or not you're taking against the Grandmaster, which is a bit of an iffy one because maybe it'd be best to kind of use different champions for that. But the other thing would be to use that synergy into places like the Grandmaster Gauntlet, which doesn't have a cap on things like a damage cap. It's an interesting concept and a kind of a cheese option, but in some ways that this is kind of like a fun cheese option. And like, there are other champions doing similar things, not extensively, but there are champions out there that are doing meaty amounts of crit damage. Well, they haven't gone after Cosmic Ghost Rider, but look, this is unfortunately at the mercy of Kabam with these particular sections. 7714 has a good point saying this game is illegal, buyer beware, and I would say beware. Like if you are looking just to kind of get Quicksilver for the point of the synergy, then that's probably the wrong kind of like way to kind of look at it. You would be spending because you wanted to Quicksilver. That's the main thing. And that synergy, yeah, I don't know what's the kind of the future with it, and it'd be interesting to know what do people think about this. Do they think that and put in the comment section, do you think this synergy has applications to only a minimal area, and obviously Abyss and Lab and stuff like that, but does it mean that kind of like Kabam would be likely to nerf it because of the fact that what it would do to the future balance of the game? Is it that kind of much, especially compared with like other champions? Thoughts in the comment section down below, because like I think we had like Proxima Midnight does something similar to this. Hela's done something to this. I think Guardian, if you ramp him up, you can get like a good amount of damage from him. And as well, you look at the Gallon situation, the extensive damage he can do with that champion. I don't know. Yeah, as I said, thoughts in the comment section about like big meaty numbers with this and whether or not it's completely game breaking. And look, you have to have the champions first as well. I don't know. Like maybe I'm making excuses for it, but I don't know if I see this overly as a big problem. Just interesting to know what people's thoughts are in the comment section down below. Are they going to go after Scarlet Witch after this? Or not Scarlet Witch. Are they going to go after this synergy? Put it in the comment section down below. Let's end the show as we normally do on a Wednesday with arena predictions for Squirrel Girl and War Machine. He's like a washing machine. My predictions are as follows. Squirrel Girl's a 6-star. I'm going with 100 mil, but to be honest, you could probably downgrade that to about an 80 to 90 mil, especially with this champion not being like a key kind of featured champion. But I think this is going to be a great opportunity for players that are looking to kind of skim some 6-star shards from a low kind of like cutoff. I think it's going to be a good opportunity for that. 30 mil for the 5-star. Again, it makes sense of previous arenas like Thor OG. 25 mil being enough for that one, so it could be 25 to 30 mil will be enough. War Machine is a 6-star. I'm going with 45 mil, as you know, again, this kind of like falls into the line of that champion being interesting. You may want to push to 50 mil, but I kind of feel that 45 mil might be enough, and 12 mil for the 5-star. Again, I just kind of feel like a lot of those make sense where previous arena cutoffs have gone with these particular champions and due to like a popularity with stuff. But as I said, good opportunity this weekend to pick up some nice amount of 6-star shards, 5-star shards, just by skimming a low kind of like grind for that. And I think I'll be in the mix for that one, especially with a bit of a lull in content until we get the new update and information next week. And finally, thank you very much to everybody that supports the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron who are on screen right now. Thank you very much for doing that love and support that you do for the channel. Also, there's support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. Should be live streaming tonight, should be a good one, so come on by. A bit of MCOC, looking to wrap up Cavalier difficulty and then on to some Fall Guys where we're getting more wins, baby, more wins. And also make sure to check out some other content which is located on screen right now. Not sure what I'm going to do for the second video of today. I might try out the Scarlet Witch with the other synergy in a video, not quite sure. maybe, or maybe we'll do it like in a speed run type thing, same thing I did last time. But yeah, I'll see you in that video whenever that'll be. Cheers everybody, bye bye.